Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be all about vision boards and my vision board for 2016. Now, I like to make a vision board at the beginning of the year, and I also like to use the same board every year. So what I'll do is at the end of the old year, I would typically take, the different pieces off, and then I will just kind of make a mental note of what I accomplished, what maybe didn't happen, and if I choose to let it cross over until the next year, then I'll leave those things on the board. But yeah, what you can do is, if you want to do it that way, you can kind of like take the things off the board, put it in an envelope, and then you can write like vision board 2014, 2015, and you can keep it so you can always look back on it later in life and be like, oh wow, that actually did happen, and blah blah blah. If you're over there like, Sean, I don't know what a vision board is, I haven't really heard of it before. Basically, it is a visual reminder that you're going to look at daily or often, that has things on there that you want to attract into your life, or yeah, like different goals that you want to accomplish. But it's just a visual reminder, because I do feel like when you want to attract something into your life, I do believe in the whole law of attraction thing and The Secret. Imagine if I had lipstick on my teeth. I didn't even check, but anyways. I do believe that having that visual helps to trigger it into your thoughts, but you should also feel those things coming into your life. So the first step is actually having the visual reminders. So you can either cut it out from magazines, different things, or you can even just write it down on a big board and just look at it. It doesn't have to be a board. You can create something on Photoshop or whatever and make it the backdrop of your, the desktop of your computer screen or on your cell phone, stuff like that. But just like a visual reminder so you can actually try and attract these things into your life and get these goals accomplished. Now, okay, so there's two major things I just want to briefly talk about that I had on my board last year, that definitely happened. And one of the things that I have on there says dress for the job you want, and underneath I wrote entrepreneur. And I told myself last year, in January when I made this, I remember saying to myself, I want to be my own boss by the end of the year. And I was working for a corporate apparel agency that I've been working for almost 5 years, and this is a company that I was already with in Canada before I moved to the States, so I was lucky enough to be able to keep that job and work from home while living in the States, because of my whole visa situation. We really moved here for my husband's job, so I would not have been able to work really here unless I had that Canadian job I already had, where I could just basically do that anywhere online, right? So anyways, I said I wanted to be my own boss by the end of the year in my head, but I wrote down dress for the job you want, entrepreneur. And lo and behold, I was thinking about it. I wanted to be my own boss, so I wanted to, really tap into design and grow my YouTube channel and stuff like that. And then it hit me maybe the end of February, early March. All of a sudden, this job that I've had for 5 years that didn't seem like it was going anywhere changed. So I wasn't let go in the terms of the fact that I was fired or anything, but that whole company was no longer I worked for an entrepreneur as well, and he was making a shift in his career where my job and everything that we did, he was no longer going to be doing, so I would no longer be employed by him. And it was just the most depressing thing at the time, because all I kept thinking, I'm a person that I like to make my own money. I don't like to depend on anyone. Even though I am married and my husband does have a good job, I don't like to depend on anybody. I like to have my own money. I like to work for my own money. And I was just really, really depressed because, first of all, it came out of nowhere to me in my head, because I was like, yes, I want to be my own boss, but not yet. I'm not ready yet. And all I kept thinking is, well, how am I going to make money now? Because I can't go finding work in the States because I'm on a visa where I can't work in the States. So I could only really make money doing like YouTube or like sponsorships like that. But I mean, I'm still like kind of starting out in YouTube in a way. Like it takes a while to really make, like consistent money on YouTube. So I was like really depressed about it. And I'm the type of person that does not really share personal problems with people or personal issues. I like kind of keep it to myself and just I'm a major introvert, so I keep a lot of stuff to myself and I just think. And I don't even think my husband knew how depressed I was. Like I was crying to myself and just really, really down. And then I don't know why, or what made me, but just one day I was like, I'm gonna watch The Secret again. I know I talk about it a lot, but I just really, really like it. So I watched the Secret movie again, and I told myself, okay, it's worked for me in the past. Let me just switch my thinking, and instead of being depressed about this, remind yourself that yes, you wanted this. This is what you wrote down. Like, Sharm, this is exactly what you wanted. But the thing is, with the law of attraction and vision boards, blah, 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 you don't get to set the timeline. So careful what you wish for, because you don't get to choose when things happen. And that was a big lesson to me. So I put it out there that I wanted to work for myself. And it's funny because I always told my boss, by the way, we're like great friends to this day. It was no big deal. But I always told him, I said, I will never be able to work for anyone else after I finish working for you, because like he was the ultimate boss, like the best. I said the only person I want to work for after you is myself. And I had said that like when I was still back in Canada. So anyways, so yeah, it came out of nowhere. I wasn't really ready for it yet. But let me tell you this, the year prior, one of my big goals that I had on my vision board was being debt free. And I accomplished that. So I was already like in a good place financially where, I didn't know how I was going to, attract all this money now. But obviously, like I do have a husband that works and I do have that support financially, but, and I didn't have like a whole bunch of debt to be worried about. So that was a relief. So it was almost like the universe telling me like, you're ready, just go for it. But, I had to like jump in, like, what's the term? Whatever the term is, put that there. Crying, blah, 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 watch The Secret, told myself, switch the way you're thinking. No more feeling sorry for myself, I wasn't ready, blah, blah, blah. I can do this. Something's going to work out. I'm going to attract money into my life. I'm going to be able to, do my own thing and be okay. And as soon as I switched the thinking, I would say it was maybe like a week and a half later, I got like a pretty decent sponsorship that I did. Decent paying sponsorship I did. And then after that, like more kept coming in. And let me tell you this, I'm not obviously, as you can see, I don't have huge numbers on YouTube, and my Instagram does a bit better, but I'm not like some huge, online personality. But I'm really good at engaging with people, I've noticed, I think. And I'm really good at writing. That's one of my talents as well. So I realized like I had to utilize these things in order to attract more sponsorships. So what I did is I used my talents for writing and I applied for different sponsorships because I was still able to do that. I can still do that in the US because I could really be doing that anywhere in the world. And, it's not an issue with the visa or blah, blah, blah. So that's what I did. And it was just like the craziest thing, just thinking, wow, I'm able to make money again. And I thought I was just like screwed, but I didn't know what I was going to do. Now, I had this idea that I wanted to create a line of ponchos, and I still want to do that. Ponchos, wraps, kimonos, stuff like that. But, I mean, I'm literally starting, even though I worked in fashion and I know a lot about how the chain works of like, bringing a brand to fruition and all of that. But I'm still out here where I don't have contacts and I don't really know people out here. If I was back home, it'd be different. So anyways, I do to get a sample made. I guess I'll show you guys in a sec. And I thought for sure like that would be what I had on my vision board. Like I would be able to produce my ponchos at least like 1 run, 2 runs, test it out and see how things go. And that would be, you know, one of my dreams that I had actually happening. Now, one day I randomly woke up and I was in the mood to tie-dye something. I'd never tie-dyed before. If I did, it's probably maybe as like a 7 or 8-year-old in school. I have no recollection of it. But I'm highly creative. If you follow me, you know I'm like all over the place. I'm very creative, and I'm just like a person that will, I don't look for distractions. I just go from my head. I just try to make it. Trial and error. So I went over to a Michael's store and I made like a design on some jeans. And it was just something that I thought was cool. I'm like, oh, this is really cool. It's just like a technique I did where it doesn't really look like typical tie-dye. I'll show you guys a picture after or whatever. And I styled it and I posted a picture on Instagram. I ended up getting maybe like a week later, no, and then I started really getting into it. Sorry. And I started making more and more pieces, and I was using stuff I already had, like old pieces that I had of clothing, and just posting it, and people were like, I want to buy it on Instagram. So I thought, okay, well, here's a business that I didn't even see coming, but let's go with it. So I started getting myself ready to take photos to sell stuff online, and then I got a message from a buyer at a store in Toronto, and she wanted to order some into her store like in a week turnaround for some party they were doing. I don't say no to challenges, even though I was like, how the hell am I gonna figure this out? I said I was gonna do it, and I did it, and everything sold. And then they were cool with me making more things and not just jeans. I ended up doing tops, like crop tops, dresses, different things, leggings. And this was like throughout the summer. Like this was like actually May, June. I was just making things and selling it. And it was selling in a retail store in Toronto. And did I know that was going to happen? No way. It kind of came out of nowhere. But again, I wrote style and design, Miss Sharmsy on the board. And it wasn't exactly how I planned it, but it still happened. And I guess I probably have some more examples, but I'll just give you one more example really quick. I had New Orleans on my board the prior year that I really wanted to go there. No plans of actually going, like no like planning things out, because I always usually go on vacation to the same places because our families are like kind of split up like where they live. So my family and his family live in Barbados, and no they don't, sorry, my family and my husband's family live in Canada, but then they also have roots in Barbados for me and Trinidad for him. So like between all those places, that's where our vacations usually end up, with the odd little Vegas trips in there. But it tends to be where our families are so we can visit. But I really wanted to go to New Orleans, so I put it on there. It didn't happen, but let me just tell you, it didn't happen when I thought it was going to happen. I ended up on a billboard in New Orleans last year because of Dark and Lovely. I entered my picture in some contest to be on a billboard during Essence Fest. And so technically I was in New Orleans, and then I found out recently we're going to New Orleans this year because of some family trip for my husband. And it was just like so random, but I did put it out there. So I just want to tell you that stuff definitely works. The job, other stuff kept happening too, like just the positivity attracted more and more good things. I ended up in like 3 magazines. Random, even though I submitted before, it never really happened. This one I have to show you because I couldn't believe how big my friggin' picture was. Like, it was so shocking to me. I ended up in InStyle magazine twice, like my outfit pictures, and then People Style Watch. But look at your girl here. Can you see me? Yeah, so it's just crazy. Honestly, if I haven't convinced you to make a vision board yet, I don't think anything will. really, really try to do it. To give you an example, even my husband does it now. He is not into cutting stuff out of magazines, but what he will do is he will type things into the computer, pull up a photo of it, and print it off. His is all in black and white photos, and that's fine for him. And he has it all on his board, and he does it every year with me. We usually do it together, but I was waiting for this video, so I wanted to show you the old one. But yeah, that's what I do. And what I like to do in order to make mine is I will like write out my basic themes of what I want to accomplish in a book first, and then I will look for the different things that relate to that in magazines or whatever. Like, and if I can't really find it, then I'll just kind of write the words and things. I feel like some things are personal. But and not only personal, but sometimes when you have business ideas, I really do think keep it to yourself until it comes to fruition, because you never know when you give out an idea. Sometimes people get inspired, and then all of a sudden it came out before you were able to do it, and then if you come out with it, all of a sudden, oh, this person copied. But sometimes I like to keep your dreams and your little projects safe. That's just how I feel. That's how I was raised. I don't know. So certain things I'm not gonna say, but what am I gonna say? Oh, I'll tell you one random one. I want to do some kind of collaboration with like a brand where I can come on almost like a creative director. Now, I'm probably not big enough yet where they would be interested in me, but that is something that I would love to do. So we'll see. You never know. You don't have to think about why, when, and how, right? But one of the things I would love to do is create or design some eyewear, because I wear glasses, even though you may not see them a lot on here. Check on Instagram. I always have selfies in my glasses. Part of the reason I don't wear them on here is I think the reflection, you can see like, yeah, it looks weird on camera. But anyways, I would like to design some Miss Charmsy glasses, kind of my style, but partnered with like an eyewear brand or whatever. I mean, I've already started to try and see if that could happen, but we'll see. Anyways, I hope you guys found this video helpful. It actually did not go how I thought it would. I thought I was going to be a lot shorter, and I was going to show you the old one and then show you me making the new one. But just starting to talk to you and like telling you more personally like how everything worked out for me, I feel like that's probably more beneficial to you guys anyway, if you did manage to make it all the way to the end of this video. Okay, so if you did enjoy it, please let me know in the comments, or give it a like, or do both. Also, I just want to say thank you for anyone that's really been supportive with my videos, and obviously now you know that this is something that I do take seriously. And I went through a bunch of different career changes or changes last year, and anytime you see sponsored content on my channel, just know that it is a blessing for me, because when you do this, a lot of the times you're not making money doing all this, and it takes a lot of work to do it. And so when you do get sponsored content, it's like a little win for us, right? Anyone that's an entrepreneur knows it's not, you don't have like a even path. It's kind of like this. So if you see it, I would love for you guys to be like, great job, or oh, I really want to try that out, because brands watch it and they see, and when they see that interaction, they want to work with you again, and that helps to build my channel. The more money I make, the more I can invest in cool stuff for you guys to see. Okay, because I'm just going off on a tangent, but I want to do more DIY videos this year because I love doing them, but it gets expensive. Like if you want to do a bunch of them, but anyways, that's it. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video, again, let me know, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Oh, and good luck if you make your vision boards and you decide to post them or take a picture. Feel free to tweet me a picture, or even email me a picture, but put vision board in the subject line, or tag me on Instagram, whatever. Okay, I would love to see. Bye, guys.